Alright, so what do we do with this form? Well, we can do a few different things. We can click on it, we can resize it, it's got some anchors on it. There's this properties dialog here, or properties panel. This actually provides you a list of all kinds of properties that you can manipulate. Things like name, you allow it to drop, font sizes, scaling, borders, defaults for when it opens. Like I said, fonts, colors, icons, you can do all kinds of stuff in here. Certain locations, and each and every one of the controls that we deal with will have this properties dialog and different properties that we can manipulate. So where are the controls? If you go to the toolbox on the left hand side, I'm going to go ahead and pin it just so we can kind of see everything. And let's just twirl open the common controls. So common controls are the controls that you're typically used to seeing. Things like buttons, checkboxes, checkbox list, combos boxes, those are snacks. Anyway, datetime picker, labels, list box, list view. Let's see what other things are neat. We have notification icons, these little things that show up down at the very bottom of your screen. Those are a thing that you can add. So we got picture boxes, progress bars, radio buttons, rich text boxes, regular text boxes, tool tips, tree views, and there's even a web browser component. One of the earlier lectures I used to do is I would actually create a web browser as my first demo project. It's kind of fun to do, and this gives you a lot of control and capability just by dragging that little box onto your screen. So how do we add boxes to our screen? You grab a control, you drag and drop. Text box is placed wherever you drop. If you're used to doing things in the Java world, well, you do not have the ability to just drag and drop your design surface. So we're going to go ahead and do drag and drop here. We'll do 2 boxes. We'll do 2 labels next to those boxes. You can also click on the control you want and then click where you want it, and it'll drop it there. And we'll go ahead and add a button as well. Alright, so the goal of this application, let's go ahead and give it a name. So if you click on the form, the property here, text, we'll manipulate the text here in the title. We'll make this the Quickie POS, point of sale system. And this will be product name. Let's scoot that box over, perfect. And this will be we'll just call it price. And we'll line those up together. And I actually like to right align these so they all kind of match up. And then this button will be, it'll say add to order. Alright, and then on the other side we'll go ahead and use a list box to list all the items in our order. So the idea here is that we'll type in an item that we want to buy, its name, its price, and then hit add to order. This is a very overly simplified point of sale system, but for a first project, it's not too bad. So every time we drag and drop one of these controls onto the form, these controls are actually just classes, just like any other class that you would create that models an object. In these cases, they literally model objects that are form controls. So when you drag a control out here, you're actually creating an instance of that class, so of the text box class or the button class or the list box class or the label class. So we have 2 label objects, 2 text box objects, a button object, and a list box object. So all of these together are a set of objects on this form. So as we go through, we can manipulate these objects. These objects have properties, as you've seen here. They also have methods that you can call in code, and they also have events that you can handle just like any other class that you would create. So we'll dig into more of that next.